Hey there, welcome back to part 2 of our computer beginning tutorial series. So in the previous lesson, we talked about what the computer is, why learning it matters, and the basic parts you should know before understanding it. In this lesson, we are going to start exploring Microsoft Word, but before we jump into that, I want to make sure that you're compatible with two essential tools that you will use every time you on a computer, the mouse and the keyboard. Understanding how to control this properly will make everything else, including Word, much easier. So now let's get started. Now, this is the mouse, a small tool that controls everything on the screen. So this mouse usually have two different buttons. So the one on the left is called the left click button, and the one on the right is called the right click button. And then in the middle, we have what we call the scrolling wheel. Now, the left click is for selecting or opening. Now, if I just click once like this, then I'm selecting, right? Then when I double click, then I'm opening, as you can see on the screen of the computer. And then we have the right click. So the right click is like asking the computer, what else should you do next? So when you click the right button, so the options just pop up. And then we have the scroll wheel button. So when you roll it up, you go up, and then roll it down to go down. So this is the function of the scrolling wheel. And finally, we have what we call drag and drop. Now, this is actually, it is just for moving files or folders from one location to another. So you just click once and then hold and then drag to the other location, as you can see now. When I click once, when I click and hold, then drag, you see the file location keeps changing. So this is the use of it. Now, as you know how to use the mouse, let's talk about the keyboard. This is what you use to type letters, numbers, and commands. The keyboard is divided into parts. The main area here is for letters and numbers. And this long key here is called the space bar. So it creates space between words or letters. And then here we have the enter key. So the enter key moves you to the next line. And then down, up here, we have what we call the backspace. So this actually deletes what is behind the cursor. Like you can delete numbers, letters, even words using this backspace. And then here we have shift keys. We have one at the left and then one at the right here. So all of them, they perform the same function. So you hold down shift key and start typing letters. So you will see letters in capital letters. And then here we have the arrow keys. This one is for moving up, this for moving down, this for moving right, and this for moving left, right? So you can use them when you don't have mouse. So you can still, and you want to scroll up and down, so you can just use these arrow keys to go up and down. And then right here we have the caps lock key. So this can lock all the letters into capital letters. As you can see now, all the letters are locked to be capital. Now if I want to type something, you see all the letters are appearing in capital letters, right? So now let's try to practice something. So let's try to type your name slowly. So the speed will come later, right? So now I'm going to type this is my first time using computer, right? So this is it. And now if I want to move to the next line, I have to use the enter key. I press enter to go to the next line, and then I continue there, right? So that is it for the keyboard. Now that you know the mouse and the keyboard, let's open Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word is used for typing letters, assignments, CVs, and documents. You can just move the cursor to the start button and you start typing what, right? Now the Microsoft Word app just pop up somewhere. Double click on it to open. Now it brings you to this interface right here. So this interface, it is called the welcoming screen. So within the welcoming screen, this is where you can see your recent document or the document you just work on. And here you can also decide here to create your your document from the blank, or you can use the template that I already made here. But for now, let's go with the blank document so that you understand how it works. I click on it and it brings me to this interface. So this box you're seeing here, it is where you can type your text, right? And this blinking line, it's called the cursor, right? So before I show you anything here, let me quickly type the importance of learning computer basics. So the importance of learning computer basics, right? So the first thing, it creates job opportunities for you, right? The second one, it prepares you for advanced computer courses, and finally it helps you use computer confidently, right? So let me just stop here. Now up here we have what we call the title bar. So this is where you can see the name of your document, right? And this icon, it is for repeating what you undo, right? And this one is to undo what you repeat. I hope you understand what I'm trying to mean. And this tab here, I mean this button, it is for saving your work. So if you don't want to go to the file and look for save as or save, so you just click on this one and your work is automatically saved. And we have what we call the auto save. So when this is on, you can actually work on your document, and when your computer crashes or when you run out of power and your computer goes off, right, when you come back later, you will find out that the work you were working on is already saved, right? So that is what auto save does. Now before we go to the home tab, right, so let me first explain this words you're seeing from file, home, and WPS, PDF, insert, and all these words here which are lined on top here, they are called tabs. Actually they organize tools that you normally use to organize your work. So let's first start with the file tab, right? So the file tab here is simply for you to save your work, see your recent document you work on. You can also choose the template, or you can create a new document from this interface right here. So you can save your work. Just click on save as. If you want to give your work a name, just click on save as and click on this PC, and you can also choose the location where you want to find your document. So let me just go with the desktop. When I click on desktop, it brings me to interface where I can type the name I want my document to be called, right? So yeah, I can just type the name I want my document to be called, right? But for now, let's just stop here. So you can also print your document within the file tab. So if you want to print your document, you first click on the file tab, come down and look for print. Just click on it once and it will give you some other options to do. When I click on print, right, so a lot of options just pop up. So here you can just print how many copies do you want, right, and a lot of things right here. But for now, you don't need to memorize everything. So let me just give you the basic things you're supposed to know, right? So for now, let's go back. Click on this arrow to go back, and this brings you to the home tab, right? So the home tab is the most used one for formatting the document. So the home tabs has different groups. We have the clipboard group, we have the phone group, we have the paragraph group, we have styles, and finally we have editing. But this one, so you don't also need to know this much, right? So for the clipboard group, I'm going to show you so that you understand by giving you some examples so that you get to understand quickly. But remember, before you do formatting to any document, the first thing that you're going to do is to highlight the text you want to do formatting on. So for you to achieve that, you have to click and hold and then drag like this so that you can highlight the text you want to do formatting on. Now if I want to copy, so I can just come on this icon, I click on it once, and then let me give a space here. So now, and if I want to paste, I can just come on this icon and then I click paste. You see the same importance of learning computer basics is pasted below the above text, right? So now if I want to delete this, instead of pressing the backspace key several times, so I have just to highlight it. After highlighting it, and then I click on this icon, which is the icon. I can just click on it once and the whole thing disappear, right? And there's what we call the Pomade Painter. So this Pomade Painter, it is actually very nice because it actually reduces waste of time. Like if you want to apply the same pomade you did to the above line, so you can first highlight the line and then you give it some pomade, like bold it, change the font color to be red, right? And then you just click on this Pomade Painter. Now you can come and click any word you want to copy the same pomade in the first line. So let me click on helps. You see, so the same font color and the bolding I did here, it is applied here. Why? Because I copied the same formatting to this word, right? So that is why it is happening. So I think now you understand how the clipboard groups work. So that is for clipboard group. Now let's come to the font groups. So the font group, at first here we are what we call the font style. So this is actually where you can choose the way you want your text or words to appear, like the style you want to give your words or the text to appear. Now let me first highlight this so that I can achieve the effect. So I will just click on this drop down and I can choose any style I want my text or words to appear. So when I click on this, you see, so the way the letters are being spelled is very different, right? So that is it for the font style. And here we have the bolding. So when you bold the word, it simply means you're trying to make the text thicker or dark, right? So now when I highlight this and I click on bold, so now there's difference between this line and then the line below, because these letters are kind of appearing thicker than the letters below this text here. Now let me highlight this again and I go to italic. So when you click on italic, it simply means you are trying to make letters slant, right? You are trying to make the letters to look like slant. The letters are sliding, right? So that is it. And here we have letter U. So simply mean when you click on it, it underlines the text you highlighted, right? And the best thing is that when you click on this drop down here, when you click on this drop down, you can be able to choose any style of the line you want to underline your text with. So let me go with this. As you can see, let me go with that. Now the line is different from the first line I inserted, right? And here we are what we call the strike through, right? So the strike through is for you to cross or put a line through the letters, right? So when I just click on it one, you see the line is created through the text. Now when I click on it, then I undo, right? So that is it. Here we can have what we call the font size, right? The font size. So here we can choose the size of the letters or the words. So you can just choose them here manually, the way we want our letters or text to appear. As you can see now, when I go back, the size keeps reducing. When I go ahead, you see it's also increasing. So that is it. But sometimes you can feel like you don't want to do it manually. So what you just need to do is to click on this big A. We have the big A and the small a with the drop down, and this one with the drop up, right? And this one with the drop up. So when I click on it once, the size of the text keep increasing, and when I click on this small a once, and then it reduces, right? So here we have what we call the subscript, and we have the superscript, right? This is usually used when you're trying to write a date or an equation. So let me say that. So when I want to write that, and I want to achieve like the way it's being written, I have to make sure that I write 3. After typing 3, I have to go and click on this superscript, and I just type RD. See, so that is that. And when I want to type water, so I have to type H. After typing H, I have to click on this subscript, and then I write 2. Yeah. So now here I can just press on O. Let me first place my cursor here. So I can first go back and I click on this to remove the effect, and then I press on O on the keyboard. You see now, this is how they spell water. So they use subscript to spell water, and they use the superscript to either write a type equation or something like that. But in most cases they use them simultaneously. They use them at once. So it doesn't matter. But I'm just trying to let you understand, right? So that is it. Now here we have what we call the text apex. So here you can just choose how the letters should appear. So you can just choose any effect here, right? Let me first go with this. So as you can see, the effect is already there. So the letters are kind of different from how they were before. So when I highlight the whole thing, I can quickly go to this AA icon. So what it does is that it allows you to start the sentence with capital letters and the rest in small letters, or all in small letters, or all in capital letters, or you can capitalize each word, or you can start with small letters and then end with capital letters. So that is it for AA icon. Now when I click on this is actually the highlighting. So I can highlight the text, like the background color of the text. Now let me put this dark blue. So that's it. And this thing here, this is called the clear formatting icon. So when I click on it once, let me just copy this. Now when I click on it once, so all the formatting I applied already to this text is completely removed. So that is for the clear formatting icon. Now here we have what we call the font color, of which I talked about it before. I highlight this, and then I go to the font color, make it red. You see now the letters are appearing in red color. So that is it for the font group. Let's go to the paragraph group. So the paragraph group is actually for alignment, numbering, and even making bullets. So these groups, so you normally use them when you always use them when you're creating a list, or when you're trying to design a paragraph, right? So here we have the importance. We have 3 importance of learning computer basics. So when I highlight the whole thing and I go to the bullets, I can choose the bullets I want. Let me choose this. As you can see, so the list is designed in a way that looks professional, right? So here when I go to numbering, when I click on this, so that the bullets change. So that is it. The same thing here, and we have what we call the indent, right? So you move the text or paragraph to the left or to the right. So that is it for the indent. We have the left alignment, center alignment, right alignment, and then we have the justify. Here also we have what we call the line and paragraph spacing. So here, this is where you can choose the space you want to be between your words or your line. So you can just feel free to choose any space you want to be between your words or the line. Now here we have the shading. So what it does is that the whole text that you copied, it highlighted it with the color you have chosen. Now let's go with this red color, right? So now as you can see, the background of the text is red. So it's actually the same with this. It's actually the same with this, but they have a little difference, right? So that is it. Now let me highlight this again, and then here we are going to call the borders, right? We are going to call the borders. When I click on this drop down, I can choose any border I want. So I can click on all borders, and you see now the lines are being bordered. Every line have its own border, right? So that is it. Now that is it for the paragraph part. Now let's go to the style. So the style is very simple. This is where you can choose the heading. So you can either put it here, you can click on this drop down. If you want to choose anything you want to choose here, you can go with heading 2 or just heading, and that is it. Finally, we are going to call the editing groups. So when I click on this drop down, I can find the words. So let me just click on find, and I just type jobs. So when I type job, you can see the job is highlighted, right? When I go back again and I click on this drop down replace, I can replace it with computer basics. I can place it with computer basics. So let me just replace all. Yes. Okay. Now, as you can see, so before it appears to be it like it creates job opportunities, but now computer basics creates job opportunities. So that is it. So now this brings us to the end of this lesson. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about in setup, design, layout, and then the review. And that's the aim of the Microsoft board.